to the Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
All right, donkey of the day for Wednesday, September 22nd goes to a special education assistant in Newburgh, Oregon by the name of Lauren Peffery. Lauren is a special education assistant at Mabel Rush Elementary School, and she is in protest of her school's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Now, quick backstory on Newburgh. I've never been there, but based on reports I've seen from there, not my kind of place, okay? I recall a story that came out of Newburgh, Oregon from Newburgh High School where a student connected to a mock slave trade. And in the local school board in Newburgh has faced pushback over its attempts to ban any Black Lives Matter or LGBTQ pride flags on school grounds as political symbols. So yes, Newburgh, Oregon doesn't seem like my kind of place. Now, what is Newburgh back in the news for this morning? What is Lauren Peffery getting donkey of the day for? Well, Charlamagne, she's protesting the COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Everybody should be protesting the COVID-19 vaccine mandate. They are taking our civil liberties. This is oppression. America is supposed to be the land of the free, and this isn't freedom. We must protest. Well, that's what Lauren Peffery did. And I guess she has every right to. It's America. You have the right to protest whatever you want, but the way you protest can and will be questioned. Let's go to KOIN CBS 6 for the report, please.
The district superintendent said he is horrified, angry, and ashamed this happened. We've learned it was a staff member at Mabel Rush Elementary School who showed up Friday in blackface, calling herself Rosa Parks in protest of a vaccine mandate for all district staff. The district wouldn't name the staff member, but says she was removed from the school and placed on administrative leave. In a statement, the district said in part the administration of Newburgh Public Schools condemns all expressions of racism. It is important to remember how blackface has been used to misrepresent Black communities and to harm. We acknowledge the violence this represents and the trauma it evokes, regardless of intention.
Hilarious. Oregon school staff will protest vaccine mandate by wearing blackface to dress as Rosa Parks. I have questions. One, since she dressed up like Rosa Parks, did she also take a bus to get to the school? If so, where did she sit? Front or back of the bus? You know, we often wonder if certain people don't know, don't show, or don't give a damn about what's happening in the Black community. When I read stories like this one, I say to myself, Lauren is aware of what has happened to Black people in this country, but she may not understand the severity of it because of school having a COVID-19 vaccine mandate and the racial segregation that prevented Rosa Parks from sitting where she wanted to on the bus are not the same thing. I shouldn't even have to say that, but clearly I do. See, COVID-19 vaccine mandates at schools, well, you know, you have the option to make that choice. You either get the shot or you don't. If you don't, deal with whatever the consequences are for that, but you still have a choice. Black people dealing with racial segregation didn't have a choice in whether or not we were Black. Okay, I just simply don't agree that vaccine mandates are a return to segregation and reduce civil rights for the wrong people. And you know the reason white people like Lauren don't know the difference? Because they've never had to experience it. Okay, it is amazing to me that a mask mandate or a vaccine mandate makes people feel so oppressed. When you're accustomed to privilege, getting told what to do feels like oppression. All right? So people are throwing these words around like segregation, oppression. Y'all have no idea what you're talking about. And if you had that same privileged, entitled mindset, you couldn't last a day in Rosa Parks' shoes, nonetheless her skin. Now, if you're protesting what you believe is oppression, why commit an act of racism in the process? Come on, white people. We don't have to have the blackface conversation again, do we? It's just like the N-word. No. Okay, you can't do it. You know what blackface is. It's when people put on dark makeup to play a caricature of a Black person. You know about blackface minstrel shows back in the day. You know blackface contributed to racial stereotypes, or maybe you don't. But I don't believe that you don't because we've seen enough examples of people in blackface catching blacklash that you should know that doesn't fly. But that's what you used to protest your oppression. And I put oppression in air quotes, okay? To protest your oppression and marginalization, you ignore someone else's oppression and marginalization. In fact, you contributed to someone else's oppression and marginalization. In the words of the late, great Rosa Parks, who you thought you were. Nah. Okay? Please let Chelsea Handler give Lauren Peffery the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. That is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
All right. Way too much mayonnaise. Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the Law Office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.